Welcome to the journey. My name is Muhammad Junaid Chafeker, MJ Lee. It is fantastic to be back on the road again for 5-6 months. You know, I felt personally, I'm going to share this with you. It's a secret. Claustrophobic, in studio, you know, in a theater. But now we're back on the road, exactly where we belong. The journey on the road. Important. This is a special feature on the show dedicated to and devoted to 20 years of democracy, freedom, expression, integration. And it also coincides with our 5th democratic national elections. Zainab, assalamu alaikum. Very important time for us as South Africans.
Yes, walaikum salam, Muhammad Junaid. You know, Muhammad Junaid, speaking of journey, we as South Africans truly know the meaning of the word journey. The past 20 years we've experienced a lot of exciting changes as well as trying challenges. So let's reflect for a moment on our democracy that our forefathers from every creed, religion, race fought so hard for, side by side, males and females against oppression. And here we are today enjoying the fruits of their labor, community TV, as well as freedom of movement, freedom of religion, as well as equal job opportunities. However, I do feel that there are still lots to do, and it's up to us, the present generation, to take the struggle forward and be more proactive and by being the change. And I do feel that we should exercise our right to vote, and we should hold accountable for whom we have voted for if they don't live up to the promises they have made before the elections.
Wow, Zainab should run for office. Do you agree with me? 084-217-5759. I'll vote for her. I'm sure you will. But it's an important time for us as South Africans. So Cape Town TV, along with 8 other community TV stations, that says something. That ultimately says to us we are in a democratic era. Okay? Without democracy, you and I would not have had this conversation in Cape Town and across South Africa through the medium of television. Freedom, expression, integration. Our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and many others before them struggled, sacrificed, were oppressed under apartheid, before apartheid, colonialism, imperialism, etc. So 20 years of democracy, freedom, expression, you know, everything comes at a cost and at a price. Some would argue perhaps we haven't made that much progress as a nation. But let's look at this, what we have, and let's make use of it. And as Zainab says, it's up to the younger generation. We need to be proactive in society. So this episode of The Journey is devoted to 20 years of democracy, freedom, and expression. We mark it in a very diplomatic way. And when we say mark, no pun intended, because it is also our national elections, our 5th democratic one. So millions of South Africans go to the polls, thousands, hundreds of thousands of Cape Townians pretty much doing the same. So what we are going to do is the following. For our viewers that we love of The Journey in Cape Town and across the country on DSTV, we are going to now undertake a journey. Once again, we're going to go and take the road. And we're going to visit polling stations in Cape Town, have a look at the voting process, speak to IEC officials as well as voters, get their sentiments, their feelings, their emotions. And we see the lines and the queues as people are excited. 20 years later, we still have our integration and democracy. And we do not forget struggle activists, the late Tata Madiba, okay? Albert Luthuli, Imam Harun, Matthew Goniwe, and so many others who sacrificed their time, their energy, and their lives so that we could stand here today and have this conversation with thousands, hundreds of thousands. Election feature, democracy feature, 20 years later, we have lots to celebrate. So let's visit Cape Townians and see what the voting process is like. The journey sponsored by Winners Supermarket, Winners Cash and Carry, Portland's Meat Hyper, and Delhi Taz Boutique in Gatesville, as well as Soundtech in N1 City, and The Promenade. Special feature on The Journey. Don't go away. The journey once again taking to the road. My name is MJ Lee Muhammad Junaid Chafeker. Landmark occasion in South Africa. Millions of voters, Cape Town, South Africa, taking to the polls, exercising their democratic right. So if you're watching the show in Cape Town and across the country, this is what voting is like in Cape Town today. Our first stop on the show, we are out in Brooklyn, okay? One of the favorite little communities in Cape Town. Beautiful community. Behind me, our polling station. And as you can see, dozens of voters have already come out early this morning to exercise their democratic right. It's 20 years of freedom, democracy, expression. It's an opportunity to make your vote count, an integrated society. So we hope you're going to enjoy this election feature right here on the Journey broadcast on Cape Town TV. Still at the voting station in Brooklyn, out in Cape Town. We're chatting to the Deputy Presiding Officer here at Tasco. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
You guys opened up at 7 this morning.
Yes.
We see an extensive queue of voters that have come out to exercise their democratic right. Are you happy with the process so far this morning?
No, the process is running very smoothly. We love the turnout. We didn't expect so much people, but then this queue you're seeing now it's being minimized now because it was from the gates. You see, this queue now is very small, but then we're still expecting more people to come in.
Okay. The expected turnout and anticipation for residents here in Brooklyn?
Around 2,000.
Okay.
That's the number of people that we're expecting in here. But then there are people who did not register with us, who are from the province, who have left their residential areas within the period of the voting. So we're expecting them as well to come in. Then that means that we can have a plus minus over 2,000. Yes.
2,000 is a good number.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We are very happy to see so many people in Brooklyn that have come out to exercise their democratic right. It's 20 years of freedom and expression, and you guys as IEC officials, you're doing a sterling job, and all the best for the rest of the day.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming in and witness and observe what is going on here. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Still in Brooklyn on the Journey broadcast on Cape Town TV, one of the residents who came out this morning to cast his vote, exercise his democratic right. Epson, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, man.
You were here early this morning.
Yeah.
You've come to exercise your democratic right.
Yeah.
What did it feel like this morning? It's not the first time you're voting?
No, it's the second time actually. But it feels good. It feels good. Yeah, what can I say?
Some people argue that one vote, not enough, to ultimately make a decision. Others would argue, what's the point behind, South Africans actually going to vote? We're not seeing enough change, etc. But the fact that you've come out and so many residents in Brooklyn have come out actually proves all of that wrong.
Exactly. I know, definitely. What can I say? For all the years of struggle and fighting, I mean, this is what we were fighting for. You understand what I'm saying? And yeah.
Great stuff. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Winners Supermarket and Cash and Carry, Melkbos Street, Lentegeur, Mitchell's Plain, the store that gives and saves you more. 25 aisles of affordable goods, 5 special departments, every household and business catered for. Winners Supermarket and Cash and Carry, Melkbos Street, Lentegeur, Mitchell's Plain, the store that gives and saves you more. Your favorite show, The Journey, broadcast on Cape Town TV as well as Channel 263 on DSTV. Sponsored by Winners Supermarket and Cash and Carry, Portland's Meat Hyper and Deli Taz Boutique, as well as Soundtech in N1 City and The Promenade. Try the following for kids and adults. Best Wok Noodles. It is available in 5 delicious flavors, also available wholesale and retail only for now at Winners Supermarket as well as Winners Cash and Carry, retail and wholesale, exclusive for now to Winners Supermarket as well as Winners Cash and Carry, Here's the secret. It's part and parcel of my Kung Fu martial arts diet, as well as part and parcel of my preparation for the World Champs. Try it out. Enjoy it. Come down to Winners Supermarket and cash and carry for these fantastic specials. Still chatting to residents in Brooklyn that have come out to vote. Another resident who has come decisively to the voting station to exercise a democratic right, very important, is Zainab. Zainab, welcome to the show.
Hi there. Hi.
You've come out this morning. You mentioned to me it's not the first time that you are voting.
No.
Some people feel, you know, what's the point in us actually exercising this democratic right? We are experiencing very little change. However, you've come out with many others to prove that this is a right that we need to exercise.
Definitely a right we need to exercise, and also most importantly, if you feel that, as Mr. Mandela had a vision for this country, I believe I've got 2 kids, and my vote that I'm casting is to ensure that I have, envisioned that vision that I've got for my kids and that it comes true. And I believe that there's still a lot left for this country, so that's what I did today.
Very positive, very positive. Just in closing, 20 years of freedom, expression, democracy. Perhaps the freedom and expression did not come at the rate that we thought it would come, but our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents were denied many rights and opportunities. Case in point would be the right to vote. If you can encourage South Africans, especially the younger generation, to become part of the democratic process, what would you say to them?
I know a lot of people say it's my democratic right not to vote, or it's my democratic right to vote. However, if you do want to have change, I believe that you need to come here and vote, because every vote makes a change, and you as an individual, whether you feel it's not important, it is actually important.
Thank you so much for your comment.
Okay, thank you.
Our second stop on the journey from Brooklyn, we've now come to Goodwood, where also dozens of voters have come to the polling station here in the area to exercise their democratic right. We'll try and chat to one of the IEC officials, as well as 1 or 2 of the voters, get their feelings, their sentiments. Remember, it's 20 years of democracy, 20 years of freedom and expression, an opportunity not to miss. On the journey, broadcast on Cape Town TV. Out in Goodwood, where voters have also come out in large numbers to exercise their democratic right. On the journey, right here on Cape Town TV, we're chatting to Johan, Deputy Presiding Officer here at the voting station. Johan, welcome to the show.
Morning, it's good. Welcome here as well. Thank you.
Experiences so far this morning? I mean, it's still quite early, and several dozens have come out this morning to exercise their democratic right. Maybe just tell us about the procedure so far.
Yeah, everything is according to plans. Yeah, since 6 o'clock this morning, there's lots of people still waiting here for 7 o'clock. So it's a couple of 100 people past our queues the inside here. So everything is according to plans, and we're waiting for excitement until 9 o'clock tonight to see what's the outcome of all the results of this.
Dis nou meneer enige probleme miskien vanoggend?
Geen probleme nie. Wel persone van ander areas wat dit nou verander het van hierdie jaar af, maar daar's geen probleme nie. As daar probleme is, los ons dit vinnig op.
Baie dankie.
Plesier.
Right, there we go. It's voting in Goodwood in Cape Town. If you're watching the show, it's out in the city, analog, and across the country. This is how people are coming out to vote in Cape Town. Millions in the country doing pretty much the same. Exercising your democratic right, 20 years of freedom and expression. Millions of South Africans have chosen to exercise their democratic right. Our second stop on the show, we're out in Goodwood at the voting station here. Husband and wife, they've come out to vote together. I think that's a good thing. Let's chat to the husband first. Biden, welcome to the show.
Welcome, thank you.
You've come out this morning.
Yeah.
Come out early. You know, the early bird. Very good.
Yeah.
We see quite an extensive queue and line of voters. Your experiences this morning? It's obviously not the first time you're voting.
No, it's not my first time, but it was quite quick. That's the thing, and it was easy just quick and in and out, and that was the best thing for me. I know who I'm voting for, so obviously I know what to do.
Okay, so your mind was made up already, it's set.
It was set, yeah, it was set already.
Okay. How do you feel as a South African, and this broadcast obviously goes across Cape Town and across the country, as a South African, 20 years of freedom, expression, democracy, do you think we've made a lot of progress?
Yes, I think we did make a lot of progress. Obviously there's still hiccups and there's still things that we need to work on, but I feel we did make a humongous progress. So first of all, we started by changing everything.
Yes.
So that's a big change that we started. I think that's to change was the start already.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel I just have to go and continue on.
Great stuff. Let's chat to your wife quickly. Audrey, you guys were here early, husband and wife. I'm sure other couples will be doing the same, or currently doing pretty much the same. How did it feel to vote this morning? Was not your first time?
Not my first time. I think I know it was the best thing to have done, to do. I'm very proud of myself, you know, taking the time this morning to get up early, and even last night I couldn't wait to actually be here. So the earlier the better, like you said, but it feels good that I can play my part and contribute to the changes that he was talking about.
Great stuff. You guys are focused, you are early, you know. I hope that's the case with all South Africans. But just in closing, coming to the voting station in Goodwood here this morning, did you experience any problems, delays? How were the queues? The officials, IEC officials, were they helpful? Maybe you can talk about that.
Very helpful. The gentleman that scanned us, he was very friendly, and that says a lot. So irrespective of your race, your color, your gender, they treated you like every other normal person, and even made you feel extra special by making a little joke or something with you. So that for me speaks volumes. It just shows the type of people that we live with. So yeah, that I'm quite happy about.
Great stuff. Thanks for the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Good to speak to voters who have just exercised their democratic right. Someone in Goodwood who came out early this morning, Linda, has just come out of the voting station. She's going to tell us about her experiences. Linda, welcome to the show and thanks for the chat.
Thank you very much.
You arrived early this morning.
Yes.
Several dozens of voters have come out this morning. Your experiences this morning, emotions, running a bit high this morning?
No, very professional. Everybody was very professional. Standing in the queue was amazing because the people are so friendly and everybody wants to have a chat about what they expect is going to happen. But going through the queue, it was quickly done, and everybody inside very professional and very friendly.
Okay. 20 years of democracy, freedom, expression. Some would argue we've not come very far as a country. And some would question, why should we exercise this democratic right to vote? But I think we owe it to ourselves as South Africans.
Yes, we do. And I'm very pleased with what's happening in our area here. I just feel sorry for those people who don't have the facilities that we've got in Goodwood. We're very lucky to be living in this suburb. And it's a very mixed suburb. It's not a white suburb. It's a very mixed suburb. And my neighbours and we all get on very well together. We enjoy each other's company. So I'm very lucky to be staying where I am.
Thank you so much for the chat and have a good day.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Your favorite show, The Journey, broadcast on Cape Town TV as well as Channel 263 on DSTV. Sponsored by Winners Supermarket and Cash and Carry Portland's Meat Hyper and Delhi Taz Boutique, as well as Soundtech in N1 City and The Promenade. Try the following for kids and adults. Best Wok Noodles. It is available in 5 delicious flavors, also available wholesale and retail only for now at Winners Supermarket as well as Winners Cash and Carry, retail and wholesale, exclusive for now to Winners Supermarket as well as Winners Cash and Carry. Here's the secret. It's part and parcel of my Kung Fu martial arts diet as well as part and parcel of my preparation for the World Champs. Try it out. Enjoy it. Come down to Winners Supermarket and Cash and Carry for these fantastic specials. The journey on the road in Cape Town. My name is MJ Lee Muhammad Junaid Chafeker. This morning we were out in Brooklyn at the voting station. From there we went to Goodwood. We are now in Parow to meet with the presiding officer. Tell us about the experiences so far and the process. How many voters have come through the station, and ultimately we'll also chat to some of the voters and get their sentiments and their feelings. 20 years of democracy, 20 years of freedom and expression. Our right to exercise. Do not abstain. Millions of South Africans doing pretty much the same. So it's the journey broadcast on your favorite community TV station, Cape Town TV. Our third stop on the journey, Brooklyn was number 1, Goodwood number 2. We're now in Parow. We're chatting to Mareka, who is deputy presiding officer here at the voting station in Parow. Mareka, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you too.
The turnout looks good. So far, it's still quite early.
Yeah.
How has it gone so far this morning?
Well, we've had about 300 people voted already. So, but we're expecting quite a few more. So, it's going to turn out. It's going to get busy.
Okay. Any hiccups that you guys experienced this morning?
What we've noticed is a lot of people that has been registered here by us, but their name's not on the voter roll.
Okay.
So, but we don't turn anybody away. We just need to fill in a form and then we send them through.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys will obviously be open till 9 tonight, as is the
9.
case of all and with all the voting stations across the country. Millions have exercised their democratic right, including us as Cape Townians.
Yes.
Those who perhaps would argue what's the point behind us actually following this process, now with all these numbers and many more across the country, I think it proves that wrong. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think there's just the odd couple of people that feel it's unnecessary, but I think the people that think it's important, they turn up, and that's good.
Okay. Still a long day ahead for you guys. Congratulations. We salute you. Fantastic work. Thanks so much for the chat on the show.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for talking to me. Thank you.
Husband and wife, they've also come to cast their vote at the voting station here in Parow. Let's chat to the husband first. Ricardo, I'm sure it's not the first time that you're exercising your democratic right. Your experiences this morning at the voting station?
It was very nice, and a person can just be grateful that you can vote. In other countries, you can't have the right to vote, and to have a public holiday to come vote is a very nice experience. And I hope each person in the country votes, and that to make this country the best place to be.
Okay. Democratic right. Michelle, we visited a number of voting stations so far, Brooklyn, Goodwood, amongst others. Any problems? Hassles you experienced this morning, because we see quite a good turnout so far.
Fantastic turnout, and really it's been great, and the feeling in the crowd is also fantastic. It's a positive one. It's definitely a positive one. So it's a good day, it's fantastic weather, and it's awesome. I think people should get out there and do it.
20 years of freedom, expression, democracy. I think it's a milestone for us as South Africans. You know, there is a bit of negativity going around saying, why should we bother voting? Changes have not been executed as we thought it would. But if you look at the numbers that we've seen so far, I think that proves it otherwise.
I agree. The majority, I think the majority rules. And that's us standing here today. Really. And I do think we're making a difference. Yeah. I'm going to continue trying.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for the chat.
Right. Thanks, man.
All right. Here we go. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Have a good day.
Enjoy.
All right.
You
Bye-bye.
too,
Someone who's also come out to cast a vote in Parow, Bianca. Bianca, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for the chat.
It's a big pleasure. I've got a message for the people
You've
outside.
got a message, okay.
Yes. I believe that why is there a spur and why is there saddles in life? Competition is good. So I hope that nobody wins, that everybody gets a little piece. So the DA got a say, and the ANC and all the parties got a little bit of a say in this. And I hope God go up front for us. And yeah, and I hope that, I believe that, and I want to say this, and I hope our government people look and see this. I wanted the opportunity to do this for a very long time. I want to say that I see Zille and Zuma as our mom and dad in life.
We do hope that you enjoyed this episode of The Journey. And remember, we would love the viewers to become part of the show. SMS us your comments, post a comment on our Facebook page, tweet us, and check out our website. From myself, Zainab, Chafeker, have a lovely weekend. Take care.
I'm so sorry. If only I had just one last chance. I'm so sorry. But now it's too late to explain. I only live for today.